Hi everyone, my name is Captain Ron and I am speaking to you from aboard the good ship Makalika. This is a boat I purchased literally a week ago. This is my first boat purchase ever, and I just wanted to share with you some of my experiences in finding the boat, the things that I've done for it so far to kind of fix it up, and just to let you know some of the experiences from a first-time boater guy. Like I said, because this is my first video, please forgive the production quality. I'll do my very best to improve this over time. I'm going to bring you a video each week, and that will describe what I've done with the boat in that particular week. This particular boat is a 1971 Ranger 26-footer, and it was recommended to me by some friends who I was crewing for in the beer can races and such. And I said, what's a good boat that is fast and yet relatively inexpensive to purchase and get ready for racing? They suggested the Ranger 26-footer, which has a good PHRF rating if you're racing in handicap races. It's about I think it's either 189 or 198, which is pretty good. That means the faster boats have to give you time when the race is finished. So in other words, a big boat can just blow right past you, but because of the correction of the time, you may end up winning the race, even though you crossed the finish line after they did. So this is the saga of me purchasing this boat and trying to figure out how to get it in race form. Finding a boat is a rather interesting proposition. There are two ways to approach it. One is to say, okay, I've got $30,000 and I want to buy a boat. In that case, you just look through the online listings. You can find them on Yacht World, Craigslist, Boat Trader, sailboatlistings.com, or just do a Google search and see what comes up. In that case, if you're just looking for price, model and make and length may not make a difference. What you're looking for is a boat that's solid, has a good hull, doesn't need a lot of work, and that you can pretty much have a turnkey boat. So in that case, you just look and look and look until you find something you like, and you may settle on a particular make or model, and then you can begin searching in earnest. The other way to approach boat buying is to look for a particular model, which in my case I did. But the difficulty with that is that they're hard to find. Like, for instance, when I did a search on Ranger 26s, I could find plenty of boats. I shouldn't say plenty. I could find 5 to 10 boats, but they were in Michigan, Connecticut, Texas, scattered all over the United States, and there was only one in my area within 100 miles. Unfortunately, that boat was on a rickety trailer that never would have made it down here, and the mast had been bent in half in high winds. So it was a very inexpensive boat, but it would have taken a lot of money to repair it. And then even getting it down here from the LA area down to San Diego, which is where I am, it would have been extremely expensive. I called a boat yard up and said, what will it cost to trailer this boat? Pick up this boat, bring it down here to San Diego. How much is it? So they looked at the location, and because it was on a rickety trailer, they'd have to put it on their own trailer, which means they'd have to have a crane to lift the boat onto the trailer, and that just meant it was $2,000. Well, the boat was $1,000 to purchase, and I wasn't going to spend that much on a project boat like that. So I said, okay, well, I'll keep looking. A couple of weeks later, another boat showed up. It was up in the Oceanside area, which is about half an hour from where I live, and I could have sailed it down here from Oceanside to San Diego, so the trailering issue was non-existent. I contacted the fellow, and I was able to go look at the boat, and on the outside, it looked like a good boat. It had a Dodger and a bimini cover, and a couple other bells and whistles, but the paint was peeling on the deck. The stanchions were weak and wobbly because of leakage in the deck, so I said, I think I'll just pass on that boat. And then there was nothing. There was nothing in my area, so every day I would search on Craigslist for a new listing, And one day a boat popped up here in San Diego, and it was this boat that I purchased here. It was a great ad. The guy said, oh, it's a seaworthy boat. I've sailed it from here to Catalina and Oceanside and back, no issues. And I thought, well, this sounds like something for me. And then I looked at the location, and it happened to be in the Campland Marina, which is literally 5 minutes from my house by car. And it was in a marina that I didn't even know existed. So I thought, well, this is great. It's convenient. It's priced a little high, but it's in the price range that I'm looking for. And so I came down and looked at it, and I fell in love with the boat. The fellow that owned it had purchased it in 2012 or 2013 from another owner who had done a lot of upgrades. He replaced all the cushion covers, and I'll show you the boat in my next video. Replaced all the cushion covers. There are cushions for the outside cockpit, which you hardly ever find. The motor was brand new in 2011. The hull had been painted in 2011. There's all kinds of doodads on here. There was a third lung, you know, that hookah, scuba, snooba thing that, you know, it pumps air into a hose, and you can swim down like you're scuba diving, except you're attached to a hose. And you could go clean your boat bottom, swim around the boat, you know, see what's under the water. So that sort of thing was there. There was a GPS unit. There was a auto tiller unit that attaches to a tiller. Really kind of cool thing. And again, I'll show you those things coming up. So anyway, I negotiated for the price, bought the boat. And then I discovered what happens when you buy a boat that is already in a marina. Unless the slip is transferable, you don't automatically get that particular slip, or you may not even get a slip in that marina at all. So you want to make sure that the slip is transferable, and if it's not, find out if there are slips available in the marina where you are. Because here's what happens: if there are no slips available and you buy the boat, you're going to have to get it out of the marina like almost immediately. So you have to have a place to park your boat when you purchase it. In theory, you know, you could go to an anchorage and, you know, drop anchor and sit there, but I mean, this is a new boat. I'm completely unfamiliar with it. I don't even know if it has an anchor. I do now, it does, but I was unsure what was happening. I was in kind of a limbo, and the marina said, well, since you're not the owner yet, I didn't have the title or the insurance yet. Until you get those things, they won't even let you in the marina to look at the boat. Now, I can come in under the previous owners, but that means he's got to come from across the city and let me in, which, you know, is pretty inconvenient for him, and he'll do that once or twice. But after that, you know, you're kind of on your own. You bought the boat, he's done. He wants to walk away from it. So here's what happened. I ended up, as soon as I could, I went to the DMV. Actually, I went to AAA, which does DMV registration here, and had them transfer the title right away. Got insurance online. I ended up going with Progressive because they're very easy to do online, a very quick and easy process. You don't have to do any kind of surveying of the boat, and it was just easy. So I got all that paperwork done, immediately filed my application here, and he says it'll take half a week or a week to process it, and we'll let you know. Fortunately, he did it quickly. He called me by Wednesday and said, come on down. So I bought the boat on Friday, and by Wednesday I was the legal owner of the boat with a slip in the marina near my house. So this is a wonderful thing, but it was a little stressful, partially because I had never gone through the process before, and second because I was, I always go to worst case scenario. I figured, something's going to happen, it's going to be a disaster. So anyway, so those are some of the things to consider when you're purchasing a boat. You have to find the boat, purchase the boat, re-register the boat, transfer the boat into your name, and then you have to find a place to store it and get insurance. So with those things out of the way, then you can consider what to do once you get the boat. I mean, that's just the beginning, and the whole process is going to be long because there's a lot to be done on this boat, as you will see. And in the next week, I'll take you on a tour of the boat, and you can see exactly what I purchased and see what you think, whether I got a good deal or not, whether this project is way beyond if it's even worth doing. I think it is, and I'm excited to show you some new things about it and to let you know some of the experiences I've had getting this boat and getting it ready. So thank you very much for watching. I haven't set up a Patreon channel yet or anything, but if you want, you can subscribe to this channel and leave your comments below. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Because if you're new like me, you've got a lot of questions, and I'm happy to tell you exactly what I've gone through. So thanks for watching, and see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.